I'm, oh, not yet.
Hold on one second, honey. Okay, so
Sorry.
we're live now, and then I will give me 1 second to double check that we are live, and then I'll have you get started with your introduction remarks. That's okay? All right, everyone. Well, good afternoon. We're back with our candidate forums. We actually have Bill with us, and then we will have Lynn come back to us since she had some tech issues. I will get us kicked off. I'm Juliette Abdel, President and CEO of the Westminster Chamber of Commerce. We've been hosting these forums since about 11 a.m. to give you an idea of the candidates running for Adco, Jeffco, County Commissioner offices, as well as State House and State Senate that represent the area of Westminster. My counterpart is Alberto Garcia. He is our timekeeper for today. He is former Mayor Pro Tem for the City of Westminster, Legacy Award recipient, and of course, the strategic advisor to the Chamber. As you are tuning into this broadcast, if you think of a comment, compliment, or question, please type it into the comment section of this broadcast so that we can engage with you. We like to know who you are and how many of you are paying attention all the way through. Now, the way that this works is similar to how all of the previous ones have worked. The candidate will have 60 seconds to introduce himself. After the 60 seconds, we will move into the rapid fire questions. They're rapid fire because they are pretty fast. Of 30 seconds to answer each of those questions. And then toward the end, I will open it up for any of those questions that you have typed in or ask you if you have any last minute that you want our candidate to answer. So please ensure that you hit the share button if there's information in here that you find to be of value to you. With that, I will go ahead and turn this over to our Adams County Commissioner candidate, Phil, to share a few words with us.
Hi, everyone. My name is Phil Covarrubias. I'm running for Adams County Commissioner, District 5. I grew up here in Colorado. My family's originally from Rocky Ford. I graduated high school from Arvada High in 1986, went on to serve in the Marine Corps as a combat engineer and a marksmanship instructor. My father started an excavation business in 1980, so I grew up in the excavation industry and infrastructure. I worked for Xcel Energy for 9 years as an IBEW 111 union member, steward, and as a lead foreman, installing all the gas, electric, and all of that. I served on the Brighton Planning Commission for 3 years because I understood infrastructure very well, and I wanted to make sure that we were building responsibly. And then I served as a state representative in House District 56, and my big platform was career and technical education. As a tradesman myself, I seen a real need for career and technical education, skilled trades and training for our young people and anybody looking to make a change.
Well, thank you, Phil, and thanks for going in detail on your background. A lot of it touches the first question that we have, which is actually business related, and it's sharing that what business experience do you have and how, if you are elected, how you'll use that experience to aid in our economic recovery.
Well, I grew up in the industry. Our family started our business with nothing, and we were chasing the American dream. Today, I am also a small business owner. I have a small excavation company myself, and our family's been in business for over 40 years here in Adams County. So, I think we're overregulated. I think that we spend a lot of money on things that aren't necessary, and it's important that we take the handcuffs off of our business owners so that they can thrive and have prosperity with their companies.
Thank you. What do you feel would be the biggest challenge in the role?
Well, our development. I want to take a look at the Adams County budget. I think that we spend a lot of money out of our Adams County budget that is unnecessary, and I really want to get back to basics and the crux of the problem with our spending before we ask anybody to pay more taxes on anything. And the other issue I would say is the overregulating of all of our businesses. That's a real problem for people that are trying to stay alive in the culture that we find ourselves in today.
Where was this? Sorry. How would you address the budget with competing interests?
Well, the budget is very complex, and the problem with Adams County the issue is that it's a very diverse county, from Bennett with our farmers and the roads that aren't being maintained out there as well as they need to be, to our business owners in Thornton and North Glen and Commerce City. So really looking at the budget. Where are we spending needless money? Where are we spending money on programs that aren't working? And can we put that money to better use somewhere down the line?
What, if anything, would you change with how the county has responded to COVID?
Well, with COVID, I would like us to look at all of the numbers, not just the cases. This originally started out to flatten the curve and make sure our hospitals aren't overran. And then the goalposts seem to keep being moved back. So now it's all the cases and the constant shutdowns. Our small businesses are on life support already, and they cannot continue to keep being shut down. And God bless the people that are suffering, but I want to look at all the numbers, not just case numbers.
And so how do you plan to keep the county safe in the instance of COVID?
Well, you definitely want to protect the most vulnerable first, which is our elderly. And I think that, if masks make them feel better and safer, that's fine. But I also think that people should have the freedom, and businesses should have the freedom to open up and do things as they see fit as well. We really want to make sure we keep things clean and do everything we can responsibly, but it shouldn't come at the price of everybody's homes and businesses being completely taken away from them.
And in these trying times, what can our elected officials do to support local businesses?
Well, there is some money in the budget, and I think that we should prioritize, like I say, with the most vulnerable first, and then prioritize with our small businesses who needs the help. Making sure that they can stay in business. Right now, all they're doing is paying the bills. There's no real profit margin, and so I want to make sure that that they have the capacity to stay open through this tough time that we're all experiencing, and that they have the financing they need.
This is a random question, but who are your role models?
Well, I like Stephen Covey a lot. I think he was an amazing guy, and I'm a big fan of Dale Earnhardt, God rest his soul.
Thank you. As it relates to your biggest achievements, can you name just one that you would like to share with us?
The biggest thing I did when I was at the State House was get money for career and technical education. I visited Pitkins, Warren Tech, and Emily Griffith, and these schools are phenomenal, but they don't get the state funding and the budgets that they need, where the big schools get hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars. We're barely trying to get just a few $1,000,000 for our career and technical education. I worked across party lines in order to secure 1.5 million, which is a little bit, but we definitely need to do more for our CTEC schools.
So this next question is in regard to those elected representatives and, of course, government employees. Do you believe that too much power has transferred from elected to government employees, unelected government employees, for example, the county health department? If so, how would you work to fix that? And if not, what would you do to increase communication between those agencies and the public?
I absolutely agree, because one of the problems is the governor has a group called the CMG, Corona Modeling Group, and these are handpicked people by him of academics who are deciding for the rest of us what to do. They hand their orders down to Tri-County Health. Tri-County Health hands their orders off to the commissioners and to the city officials. I think we need to really take a look at just be honest. If we're just honest with the people about all the numbers from fatality rates to case rates, where that falls in between, we can really make a difference for our businesses and for the community.
Our country and our state and even our counties are divided right now. Can you give me an example of a time that you worked with people of varying viewpoints to accomplish something positive?
Well, I'm a Republican, but I also I believe in people before politics, because I've serving in the State House. I've seen it from both sides of the aisle. I've worked with several folks on the Democrat side that maybe we didn't agree on on all policies, but we always try to find the niche where we can agree on things and where can we come together. Because I'm willing to work with anybody, but it's got to be constitutional, and it's got to be what's best for the people of our county, for the American people. I'm very open-minded towards that, but I'm not going to get into corruption or things that are going to hurt the American people just because you get elected. You don't turn your backs on them after you get elected. You serve.
Thank you, Phil. And it looks like we're getting close to time. We have a quick thank you for sharing from Brian Dice, who's tuning in. We have Councilor Bowles, who's watching. Wayne Anderson is also thanking you for your time on here today. We're at the end of our broadcast time, so I want to be sure to give you some time to share a few words in closing with folks. You have about 30 seconds to share with us whatever you would like to impart about why people should consider your candidacy further.
Well, the truth of it is I'm a boots on the ground guy. I mean, I understand what it looks like to try to build a business, to try to stay in business. I understand what things look like when you're actually in the state capitol and how hard it can be to run legislation through. My whole goal here is to serve with honor and to serve the American people before anything else, before party affiliations or anything. And I think that's part of the rub why there's such a disconnect. But I want to be somebody who brings us together, works together for the common good of all of us.
Thank you so much, Phil, for spending some of your day with us and sharing more about yourself personally. For those of you that are tuning in, I hope you share this out with your network so they understand more about Phil and can reach out to him should they have any additional questions. Of course, to all of you that are viewing, we have one more candidate that we will be featuring here momentarily. Alberto, stay with me, and Phil, have a wonderful day. Thank you.
Phil for Adco.com. Thank you guys. Appreciate it very much.